Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ESL One Katowice offline qualifiers. It is the road to the major, the first major of the year, and of course LGB and Copenhagen Wolves are trying to set their path there. LGB coming into this one, I think it's safe to say the favorites for this tournament. I wouldn't say it's favorites for the tournament, favorites for this matchup.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I mean, we have a lot of fantastic players on the roster. For one name that really comes to mind is Rain. You know, we're all sitting down yesterday and talking with Anders and talking with Vendetta, and just Rain constantly came up when talking about LGB and how strong of a player he is for their team. They also have, you know, a really good lineup just period. They haven't really had, I guess, the best results lately, but with Rubino there, with Jakea, with Zevez, I mean, and even Polly in there on that op, they have a strong roster, and I think this might be their chance to show everyone that, you know what, we deserve to be in a major again, so let's make it happen.
It was interesting. I mean, we were obviously discussing it. Like you say, we were talking about Polly and Zevez because Zevez had that great 3v1 over in Pantamera. No, it wasn't Pantamera. It was actually the Azus Arena Gaming in Finland.
Okay.
He had that 3v1 crazy P250 round. The Veto's coming through here. You can see the two teams sat ready. So Cash being removed by the Copenhagen Wolves. Overpass going out there. We'll see how this one goes down. Like, I'm expecting Dust2 to go away from this one. LGB won't be too upset with that one because they've not had great results on Dust2 themselves. Cobblestone, no surprise.
I think we called it. I think we called it earlier on.
We were talking earlier. It was like we were surprised that we hadn't seen Inferno for this tournament so far. Sure as hell, there it is. So we are actually going to finally get a game on Inferno. We were very surprised with the Vetos earlier. I was backstage talking with Anders when the last match was happening. It was like, we have just not seen Inferno. That's like, we expected that to be the common map so far, but so far it's been Cash.
Yeah, and there's some interesting results for Inferno for both these teams. We had LGB beat Hellraisers on it in FPL 16-8.
Yeah, they're going to be delighted with this match.
Yeah.
They have good results, like you say.
And then you have Wolves who played against Titan over in ESCA, and they went 6-16. So not necessarily the best kind of result for them, but Titan definitely one of the stronger teams on Inferno. But coming to this one, best of one format. I mean, again, we didn't really expect Peter to push Titan that far. We didn't expect Peter to just perform that well, and any team can really show up right now. Copenhagen Wolves, a lot of long-standing members. They've been around the scene for such a long time. Freeze comes to mind back when we did the EMS one raid call stuff like 2 years ago, practically. They have a good team. They have good players, but have they come together in the time that they've been together recently to really shine in this environment?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. Obviously, it's always tricky to talk about the Danish scene because they're all so intermingled.
Yep.
We should point out the Copenhagen Wolves were formerly MyXMG, so if you guys are unsure, obviously looking at the teams, we'll get the rosters on your screen in just a moment and we'll go through them, but it is one of those things, especially with all the Danish teams attending this, they've all kind of shuffled position.
Yeah, it happens.
as they tend to do when they come into these tournaments. But yeah, LGB, big tournament. You talked about a Hellraiser score. That was just, what, 4 days ago, I think it was, on the 10th against Hellraisers. It was in the beautiful first-person lover tournament.
Those jackets, though, right?
I love this jacket for that one. That was beautiful. I'm not sure. Not sure anyone else could get away with that one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he got away with that either, to be honest. But yeah, really interesting to see how this one plays out. Good to see Inferno. I'm a big fan of Inferno myself, but you can have slow plays on Inferno, no doubt about it. It'd be interesting to see whether it's someone going quick, whether Polly looks for those opening AWP shots, whether they pile up banana. I really don't know how Copenhagen Wolves are going to deal with them.
Well, you know, you think of the Gamers 2 game we just had, and they were playing slow for the majority of the game, allowing Peter to just rotate and get the positions that they wanted to, but then they had the pause, they talked things over, they played aggressive and completely caught them off guard. So maybe that's something we're going to see. I definitely agree. Seeing slow play on Inferno is typically what always happens.
Well, there is, of course, Copenhagen Wolves. In case you're unsure of it, it is MSL, Freeze, SMF, Hunden, and Acilion. Get his name right. I'm gonna say that wrong somewhere in the game as well. But yeah, I mean, well, Hunden and SMF, they were originally on the Copenhagen Wolves team way back in 2012, and of course they were playing alongside Glaive, who himself is going to be playing for ESC. That's going to be playing tomorrow as well. So a lot of players, they've been on that team for a long time. Of course, LGB, you've seen these guys pretty active recently, of course. They were over in the Pantamera tournament. They've been in First Person Lover. They've been all over the place. Rubino, the shot caller for the team there. Polly, of course, running around with the AWP. Rain really has been causing so many problems. Jacob, I think we're going to go with. We finally decided on that pronunciation. And Zevez, like I was saying, I watched back. I actually missed the Virtus Pro LGB game, which was the first game of the day at iOS Pentamera, and actually used it as a practice cast alongside Pansy. We went through it, and we were just blown away by Zeves. He had this 3v1 with a P250. That's all he had. Virtus Pro, all rifles. Had no way he should have ever won that. It was on cash on B site, and just ran in and popped heads. It was just incredible. It was amazing to see how it worked out for him. It was one of those late rounds, and Virtus Pro even said it themselves. Said we were not expecting this. That was the actual game that put them on tilt, and then they went on to do not very well in that tournament. Well, I mean they tied two matches, but overall, but really they are by far the favourites in this one. I'm thinking back to the first person lover tournament against Fnatic, Poly. 4v1 in the pistol round against Fnatic. That's something that you shouldn't really do, but they just kept running headlong on Dust 2 into lower tunnels for him. So these guys clearly have really good pistol skills and overall really good aim.
Yeah, I mean, they can perform when everything's on the line for them. We think about both these teams. They've both played in majors before. We had London Conspiracy, LGB, play back in ESL One Cologne. We had DreamHack winner by Copenhagen Wolves when they were known as My XMG. So there's a lot of high pressure situations for both these teams. But coming into this one, the first one of the year, like that's the real rough part. If you don't participate in the first major of the year, it really puts a dampener on the rest of the year for yourself, and it makes some teams work harder, but also maybe makes some teams work a little bit less. And both these teams talking things over, trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. And when it comes to the knife round, I think that's going to be, I said this before, but it's going to be so crucial to see who gets what side first, because those T rounds are so hard to come by. But once you get a few under your belt, you're feeling so confident to head over to CT.
Yeah, it's definitely something they need to look towards. Of course, the map choice coming through was Inferno, so they're going to want to try and get that CT side early, maybe get a couple of those comfortable defensive rounds on the belt. But I'd love to actually look at the result for the half results is what I was going to look for, actually, between Hellraisers. I seem to recall they had a very big CT side in the back of my mind. I'm sure it was something like 13-2. I may be merging that result with something else there, but I'm absolutely certain it was a huge result early on in that one. But overall, I mean, looking across the tournament, they've got to be looking at this and thinking, seeing what's happened this morning, I assume a fair few of them were up early enough this morning to watch those results. You never know with gamers. Sometimes they like to have a comfy lay-in or a big stretch coming out of there straight away from on the queue is the word I'm after.
We think about last night when we were actually just having dinner, and we saw the Copenhagen Wolves watching their fellow League of Legends team play in the LCS, beating Fnatic. So definitely supporting their team.
Did they beat Fnatic?
Yeah, they beat Fnatic.
Wow. Okay.
So I know they were beating them at the time. Not sure if they actually beat them at the end.
I'm not sure if they beat them after the end. Yeah.
But you think about the road to today for both these teams. We had Copenhagen Wolves play in the first qualifier where they didn't really seem to break a sweat. They went 16-7 up against Alternate, 16-12 versus MyKPV, and 2-0 Unleash. And you look on the other side of this, you have LGB playing in the second qualifiers, where they beat ESC, now they're called, I won't say their name before, 16-7, beat Volgari 16-11, but they lost the flip side. But getting through, since there's 3 places in that one, they were able to get into this one. So
that flip side loss is really quite big as well, because it's possible they could be playing them in the next match. It is absolutely possible.
Good
of
point.
course, Flipside will be playing Liquid next, and I guess you would say it's fair to say Flipside are probably the favourites in that one. We'll see. Of course, Team Liquid will have other ideas.
Well, I mean, with the games we've seen so far, we can't really predict what teams
you don't know what the heck
is
happening. I mean, it's the beauty and the beast of best of ones. It's like you can have some crazy results come in there. I get it. I prefer best of 3 as well. I think everybody else prefers best of 3, but you can't doubt the fact we've had some fantastic games today, even in this best-of-1 format.
And when we get to the matches a little bit later on, it'll be cool to see what teams are going to take the momentum that they got. Like, for instance, Peter, that victory into overtime after, it seems like all they play is overtimes nowadays. How they're going to transition that a little bit later on. They have the time now to watch these teams play, kind of get some sort of strategy built up for the next game, the winner's game that will be happening, or not the winner's game, the one after that for the winner's game. But, if you were to point out a player, on LGB, that's the hard thing, right? To point out an individual player from their roster to kind of be like, this is the man to watch. You can't say Rain, but, like you're saying, Zeves picking up a 1v3, against Virtus Pro and Cash. Like, anyone on the side of LGB can step up at any given moment, and that's the scary thing about their roster.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out. The game's going to be getting underway in a moment. We're going to be starting off with the knife round. And, of course, that will be to decide sides, and it can be pretty important on Inferno.
I'd say it depends on how you go about it. If you're more of a team that thrives off of momentum in the beginning, you want CT. If you're a team that, is confident in getting 5-6 rounds on the terrorist side, then you're like, all right, well, we're looking pretty good for the CT side.
It's good to see teams not messing around and dive ready. They just all pile down that mid straight away.
Well, we got admins here that are over their shoulders like,
well, sometimes you can take a detour. Oh, okay, just the 2v1, sure, why not? Bam, Copenhagen Wolves. Right, let's see what they decide. Will they go with the CT, or will they just get T out of the way?
I would imagine they want to swap. I would imagine just getting that high note, get those rounds under your belt, and they do, in fact, decide to switch. So Copenhagen Wolves kicking off the CT side, LGB on that terrorist side. And one thing I do like about Inferno, even though we talked about before, it's one of the slower maps on how you play T side. It's also one of the most strategic, heavy maps, in my opinion. Just the fact that you need to make sure to figure out how many smokes the other team use, how many flashes. Do you want to hit B or A at a given time, depending on what's happened so far in the round? And well, we're going to find out if LGB have what it takes to take a couple of rounds on that T side, or if Copenhagen Wolves are going to shut them down.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. The pistol round about to get underway. The Copenhagen Wolves starting out on the counter-terrorist side, and LGB Esports starting out as the T. So pistol being very important. Often you can, certainly on maps like this, pick up 3 rounds, but that said, we have seen some very big turnarounds in the second map.
LGB rushing straight to apartments. They're looking for kills here in Aqualine, trying to hold on to this way. He's getting a lot of shots off, but not a lot of kills, and they've taken the side here. The bomb should be going down. He's getting chased into pit here, and Poly secures that one. Now a 4-on-3 after plant situation. MSL working towards short, maybe looking for a kill, but right now he's smoked off.
He's going to try and peek. You can see just the edge of the smoke there. Poly has vision up. And try and flash it out, smoke it himself, cover off the pit. There's somebody on site. He's got Hundun coming in support. Oh, the reload goes for the knife. Does manage to get it quite down. Doesn't matter, it's Freeze in a 1v1 on Poly. Oh, he's got the reload. Oh, he's going to jump around the corner. Can he get the last shot in there? The bomb is ticking. I'm not sure if he's got the time. It doesn't matter. He gets himself the kill. 3 kills for Poly after all. He was in the pit. He was the man lurking. And well, that is a big, big start for LGB.
Well, we just talked about, will teams play this one slower, fast, and in that pest around alone, LGB rushing straight through, picking up the kills they needed. Ascaline, you kind of wonder, maybe if you picked up a couple more kills, that would have shut them down completely, but either way, LGB taking advantage of that. They get the first round, and now with a P90, a couple of AKs, Galil, even a Tech 9 in there for Zevez. And on the other side of this, we have a lot of CZs. A Deagle for MSL and a P250, and look at this. Line looking for Rubino to maybe push into apartments here, maybe get up a cheeky kill, and more importantly, that gun that he's carrying.
Yeah, it's holding steady though. This is going to be a delay, just waiting to see if they get any picks. You can see a couple of shots were rattling off in the apartments. Copenhagen Wolves tossing out the smoke, it's going to slow it down. It's actually good use because they've not used any smoke so far, so a minute into the timer.
Oh my gosh!
Well, MSL saw that one, didn't he? So Jakeem straight away popped off simple headshots at sandbags, and that's going to give LGB second thoughts. They're going to, again, continue looking. They went for the 2 early AKs as well, Poly and Zevez, of course, because they did get that plant down. They did get a couple of kills. So this is a very big round for LGB. They really need to get moving now. 30 seconds on the clock. It looks like it's going to be another push, but they're having to run through smoke.
Look for the first kill to Freeze. He does get that with the headshot, that P90. So now, will they go for the long rotate? Will they go towards A? And they forced the Wolves back into sight here. This is going to be so tough to defend. Probably picks up one. Rubino will kill the second. And that will now be MSL and Hundun in a 2-on-5. Not a lot of HP on Rubino, or well, just Rubino. But maybe they can get a couple of exit frags here.
A couple of picks onto Hundun over at Library. Covering off quad as well, knows that someone's coming from CTH. She's just getting a peek of him through the edge of that smoke. That's going to be a clean pickup. And then just Hundun left, who is running to save his P250. He's going to see if he can pick up that gun that was dropped down in bottom of Banana. I think that's all he's going to try and save. And LGB will secure themselves the second round of the game. He's looking for that gun. Is there anything there? I'm not sure if he had a gun though.
No, remember they had a Tech 9 on Zevez, so I think he picked up the gun, and that way they made it so they couldn't secure anything from that one. But he has a P250. That's something to work with, but either way, LGB, after that little bit of a scary play out of MSL getting that 1D, they slow things down even more, and they secure the round. 2-0 here for LGB.
So here we go, round 3. Let's Let's see if LGB decide to pick up the pace and whether they slow things down. Look at this though, 4-man stack on B site. They're hooping, they're going to get a rush. They haven't got any grenades, they're not going to toss them down, but if they can stack out the pistol, Freeze is making himself evident. Just like popping shots down. Zevez is going to try and peek, but they're pushing down to sandbags. They are not going to get one though. That's going to be 2 taken down by Zevez. And that has been stopped in its tracks. And now I think we're going to see LGB making their way up B.
And they know there's at least one more man there, so I'll go play it at least a little bit cautious for now. Not rushing anything just yet. Freeze, I think he did Sabino there. He's going for a little bit of a chase. He actually might catch him back on cross, but this would be a big kill if he can get it. I mean, that will be an AK in his hands if he can secure. Not to mention Rubino on 35 health, but LGB with the bomb in hand looks like they're slowly making their way towards A. And little do they know, there's actually no one there to receive.
Yeah, taking a peek around still. Playing it slow and steady, LGB here. They are going to go into B. SMF is ready to receive. Jakam going to come around the corner. Just going to smoke it out. There we go. There's the CT smokes. Good start from the Copenhagen Wolves. They managed to pop 2 straight away as soon as they push into sight. We've also got Zevez on just 1 hit point, but it doesn't matter. Polly and Jakam will get themselves kills. Freeze had to land that shot. He had to make it count. It doesn't matter. It could have been costly, but LGB will secure their 3rd round of the game.
It's not like there was a lot of time left for LGB to plant the bomb, so maybe that kill would have been enough in the end. Either way, LGB securing the first 3. First gun round coming your way now. And we see a lot of M4s, no ops being invested into just yet.
But a lack of head armor on 3 members from the Copenhagen Wolves. So while they have got those rifles, they are going to be hurting a little bit economy-wise already. Not really picking up too many kills. LGB playing it slow. Got a couple of mollies in hand this time. 4 mollies. So expect to see those corners being burned down. SMF being one of those in the quad. Has been the B site push last round, but they did manage to successfully get into A site last first 2 previous rounds. Be slowly try and work anything through the smoke.
Well, look at the HP of Hunden, down to 7. I mean, he does have the smoke to retreat with to kind of hold on to that B push if it happens, but grant to LGB to take their time, gonna burn in towards bedroom, allow Rain to just push right in towards window and maybe towards boiler. There is freeze wind received towards arch, and they do have SMF over towards short, but he's actually rotating back towards site, so it's all up to Asaline to try to hold on from pit maybe. But 37 seconds on the clock. They've got to go for the hit relatively soon here. They're actually smoking off short. They're trying to wrap towards CT.
Oh, there's one in cubby. Don't think Zevez has checked it. He's going to pop around. There was going to be freeze, but he didn't manage to land the frags. He needed to get them in. It's going to be CT Arch push now coming around the side. Polly, he can't back up. There's a molly down there. Rain will manage to land the shots, and it's just SML and SMF just around the side. Will find Zevez. He's getting support, but it's very slow rotating. It's going to be running all the way around the mid from Banana. MSL working his way into sight. Is actually 3 members of LGB very low on hit points here. This is possible for the Wolves, but it's going to be a save.
Yeah, they're just going to back away here, and credit to Rainy getting that kill on Asaline inside a pit. That kill alone allowed them to safely get in towards sight and get that bomb down. And you think back to the pistol on Asaline, he missed out on so many of those shots, wasn't able to secure a single one when they rushed out of apartments, and they're taking advantage of maybe that weak link on their side. But 4-0 lead for LGB now. They have a lot of guns saved over, and maybe we're going to start to see that op come out here for Poly.
Yeah, good start for LGB, on the T side especially. Getting those 4 important rounds from the start. And, you know, we talked about obviously how Copenhagen Wolves were lacking head armor. They still are, and they're still hurting for cash. You can see Hunden had to go with the FAMAS along with Vasilion. Now, let's see if they stack anything out. Grenades possibly down Banana. There is, again, another sort of setup stack coming out from MSL actually. Gonna boost himself up through that smoke. You can see the tracer fire hitting the car, which is why he's going to toss those 2 HEs straight their way. Didn't really have much of an effect on LGB though. They'd already backed away.
And right now, I mean, Wolves, they need to get something going. 4 rounds to give away so far is not what you want to see happen. And when it starts getting to maybe 6, maybe 7, it's when things get really dangerous. But Jacob sitting by logs, just waiting to maybe push up here. Maybe look for MSL, who's actually peeking this corner, so he will spot him out in just a second when he does come around. But the Wolves still have 3 men towards A and 2 men waiting to receive. Oh, Jacob This could be dangerous. This could be huge if he could pick up this kill on MSL.
Oh, pulled the trigger a little too early. Saw the trace of fire, stopped straight away. The smoke will halt their approach, or is he going to push through it? They have got 4-man stack ready to go here. There is only 30 seconds on the clock, so they're really going to have to go for it. This smoke, well timed. They've actually got a couple of incendiaries as well, which really could slow things down. Hunden, but the double flash is there. There's going to be the incendiary. That's going to burn him out the corner. He has to move.
Oh, MSL, he's going to get taken down though by Jacob. A fantastic kill, opening things up with now Hunden sitting him back in the corner, waiting for him to kick through the corner. He does get one, but unfortunately that's not enough. And credit to Rubino, he sold a fake towards A. He kept 3 people there, and now Copenhagen Wolves are going to have to play for the retake, but up against 4, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, good use of mollies as well. That bomb plant very much covered off, and that's going to slow their approach. Rubino at the car, just holding them off down Banana while the smokes and incendiaries keep them at bay. This is looking to be yet another round for LGB. As Copenhagen Wolves back off the save, that will be 5-0 now. This is a really good T-start for LGB.
Yeah, very good. And like I was saying before, if they keep picking up a couple more rounds, then they're looking at, you know, potentially not necessarily an easy win, but a well-deserved win. And Wolves, they need something, they need some sort of momentum, and they are just struggling to get really anything going. You mentioned kills a little bit before, and they're only sitting on 10 out of 5 rounds. And Pauly alone almost has 10 himself. So Wolves need a little bit of momentum, need someone to step up here and really get some energy going in their team.
Well, we need a bit of energy going in the cast as well, because this one has definitely been a well-controlled first 5 rounds. Oh, Pauly is ready for this one. Freeze, if you were to shoulder peek there, you would find your arm left on the wall behind you, because it would not last long. SMF also peeking across. The grenade coming out. Pauly just going to hold on though. That grenade landed straight in JKM's lap. That's knocked him down to 48.
You know, we've seen Copenhagen Wolves get a little bit aggressive towards Banana. You know, put semi-decent or deep smoke down, push up, try to maybe catch out someone. But the A side of the team hasn't really done much. They haven't pushed apartments, tried to get information. They're trying to play it safe. And with these smokes coming in, looks like LGB is trying to force almost maybe rotate in, maybe change positions up just a little bit. But they're playing so calm. Like I really like seeing this out of them. You know, just in the past they haven't had the best results, but I'm realizing that they're only 2 wins away from getting into the major event to join CLG, who has just recently qualified. It would be a huge win for them. But 35 seconds left to go on the clock.
Yeah, it seems to be their go marker, the 35-second mark. They seem to just run it down. And now, of course, they're already into CT, into the mid. One peeking around Arch, one going towards Quad. Silion about to get busy, but that incendiary will be right on point. Flashes as well is going to stop them, keep them 3 men pinned in Quad. One comes across apartments, but they immediately answer it as well. Get their molly back on towards site. LGB quick take onto site, and there's no way Copenhagen Wolves can do anything about that one. MSL 100, they're left to save again, and this has been, what, 3-4 rounds running they've just had to save. They can't go for the retake.
It just seems like the Wolves aren't getting the information they need of when to rotate or maybe get that extra man there. I mean, again, credit to LGB. Rubino came in through Arch, was able to get the back kill onto them to stop them from really doing much to defend. Pauly, a great entry frag as well onto Asaline, killing him in pit. So it's really hard to kind of defend up against this, but look at Zevis trying to clear the guns, trying to get rid of them, and start to spam around the corners. Will get taken down by MSL, so they could pick up that AK, but Rainy coming in from the backside. They're trying to trap them here. They're trying to get everything out of their hands they possibly can. But in response, picks up one himself.
Good crossfire set up there, keeping themselves safe in construction. So 6-0 for LGB Esports on the T side on Inferno. It is a fantastic start to their tournament. But here we go. Orps in hand of Freeze and Pauly. Let's see whether Copenhagen Wolves can find any of those early picks that really needed.
He's looking for the challenge here middle. He's not going to have anyone there just yet, and that flashbang does force him back, but maybe a nice little kill at him could really get some energy in their team.
It was the right spot. It's where Pauly was the previous round, so he's going straight to it. But look at this. Some going aggressive. Manages to find one down. Banana Freeze does land the shot on Zeves, and just like that, they have started to open up rounds. Oh, he can see that gun. He goes for it and lands it. Pauly is down. Just 2 men left for LGB.
And that deep smoke really netted a great amount of information to Wolves. I mean, MSL pushdown was able to pick up the kill, able to get another through the smoke there. And Wolves finally looks like are going to be able to come out with a round here. MSL being flashed up, being forced back. Rubino secures that one. He has the bomb in hand. He's got 1 man in B. He's got 1 man coming from CT spawn. And in just a few minutes, or just a few seconds, men coming from behind.
Well, 50 seconds on the clock. They're trying to push the pace a little bit to get this bomb down, but he's got so much to do all on his own. There is one at New Box, and that is going to be Hunden. Just sat waiting. There's the flash, catches him in grill. Square on his head. If you can just hop on over. But they see him coming. Asilion coming around. They're just flashing him out of the game. And Freeze will pick up himself another kill. So, 6-1. Finally, the Wolves get themselves around on the board, but they really need to start collecting these. They need to go back-to-back for at least 7 more.
I think they need to win just the rest.
Yeah, they need to go 9-6.
Like, they can't really afford to let too much go, and the thing is, if they lose this round, they're maybe looking at losing another because of the whole, economy of this, and LGB aren't hurt at all. But, it's good. Freeze picked up 3 kills that last round. He's starting to get a little bit more confident. Seems rotating around, trying to spot out the man towards T-House. Jacob does pick up the kill on the Hunden. That was over towards Banana, catching them out for being aggressive at car. LGB still just slowing the pace down, keeping with what's working for him so far.
Trying to get some picks. That's what happened last round. They got picked off in the very first few minutes. It's one of those things that frustrating for a team. You're trying to set up picks yourself and you lose 2 to 3 members in the first 30 seconds of the round. You just think, well, that's not worked very well, has it? Instead, we see Freeze playing quad very defensively, making sure he's back. They're reading this situation like it's an A push. There's a lot of smokes actually coming out from LGB to try and fake this one out, but we can see, of course, the bomb making its way up Banana. Only 1 member on Banana. As far as I'm aware, it is just going to be MSL.
He's got nothing to work with grenades-wise.
And look at this, they're cutting off his exit as well. Rubino coming around, he's on CT Arch, so if anyone was to try and cover across, Rain, it is, that's going to cut them off. Rain, oh, Freeze just snuck his way into Library. Rain, is he going to peek it? Is he going to check it? Oh, I think he just got a glimpse of him hopping over CT spawn. Oh, does not, he lands it. Does finish it off with the pistol. But the bomb, it's already in position, it's planted. And that's exactly what LGB needed.
Yeah, and Polly's waiting for that man to push up towards Banana here. He's got the op in hand. This should ideally be a good kill for him, or easy kill. Let's see, Aslan, if anything, gets the jump, actually gets around the shot and gets the kill. But now, Jacob finally able to respond on the freeze. Rubino looking for the kill towards Banana. He gets it, and that's Aslan going down. Now it's all in the hands of SMF. And a 1-on-2, gonna molly out, try to go for the stick defuse, and he will be dropped. Rubino secures that one, and secures LGB their 6th round.
Just runs straight
7th round, sorry.
That's Molly, yeah, 7-1 now for LGB. This has been a fantastic T-side for them already. And the Copenhagen Wolves, I think they're going to be devastated for this one. So quick jet, you can see running through the flames.
This is a good attempt. I mean,
to get that. Well, I mean, he
was trapped. He had nowhere really to go, so might as well just try to stick it, maybe catch him out. But either way, I mean, they're down another round. They're another shoddy buy for them. Hunden, Famas, you have a 5-7 out of MSL. They need. The thing is, I don't hear them at all. I don't see any energy. I'm looking at their player cam. They're just kind of just playing. They're not really trying to really do something about it and really get people psyched and pumped up. But LGB credit where it's due. 7-1 is fantastic on Inferno.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear. Obviously, we were talking to Peter and Tarek, and they were basically talking about how they use one of the rounds just to discuss, just to calm down themselves, get the communication going, because they just weren't talking correctly. They were starting to lose round after round, and they were trying to figure out why. Well, that is one of the reasons why when Polly, with that orb, just keeps on knocking on your front door and taking kill after kill. Freeze trying to rotate through the smoke, but gets caught. I think they just caught a glimpse of his feet there. And it was Rain that got the kill. This is on. Well, he threw out the volley, but that was
too early.
Yeah, it was too early. The smoke just extinguished it straight away. The smoke itself has to get replaced, and that's just money wasted for the Copenhagen Wolves in a 5v3 situation.
Yeah, it kind of shows maybe a little nervous. They're not performing as well as they've liked to, and without that molly there, they're not going to be able to stall for time. But the smoke finally clearing up, 25 seconds to go, and this will be a hit towards the A side. There's no one even there waiting to receive. Yeah. Aslan trying to get around, trying to get back towards side. He could come up big here. He needs to come up big for here. And he's going to get flashed out, push back on the side. He won't pick up a kill. Rain does get that one. And then Rubino will secure another one himself. Bomb will go down. MSL the last man alive. And in a 1-on-5, that's a tall feat right there.
Yeah, he's just going to try and get some exits as they come out of Library or Arch, which actually I'm pretty sure they're going to hunt him down as well. You can see, yeah, Jakem comes around out, well, they know where he is, but, well, he clicks one. If you can pick up the AK off that, it'd be a bonus for him, but
I think
it's going to be 8-1 overall, which is just a tremendous start for LGB here in this first match.
Yeah, this is the momentum they needed. I mean, 8 rounds, and they're not even showing any signs of stopping. They're keeping this momentum up. They're continually just out fragging Copenhagen Wolves. They're just winning the 1v1s. Poly has been doing a fantastic job with these entry frags with the op in hand. I mean, we can just look at the scoreline of their team. You have Poly at 11-3, 6-5 for Rain, 7-3 for Rubino. Like, if you can't kill him in a 1v1, then you're not really going to win the round here. It doesn't matter what your strategy is. You're just looking so confident now.
Yeah, Liquid and Flipside are going to be watching this one thinking, we are keeping LGB off Inferno, ladies and gentlemen. This is not happening. Already got one man down. Rubino pushing in and getting that simple headshot. It is just a pistol for Copenhagen Wolves, so just a matter of cleanup duty for LGB once they get in there. The B side actually is wide open. They've completely stacked over at A side, so Zevez, who's pushing in there right now, is going to suddenly give the call and say, there's no one here.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Gonna start to charge in here. I mean, he's trying to fake it, but there's no one there to fake. And obviously he doesn't know that just now, but he'll eventually make his way through.
It actually makes you a little bit more like crazy. You're just like, it's someone. He must be hiding here somewhere. Just he's like, and now he's gonna be reporting back going, no one here, guys.
Where's his gun? Because they have the money. I don't actually know why he doesn't have a gun.
He does have an AK. It's just it's just the Go TV thing.
Scared me there for a second.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I saw him with an AK a minute ago. This is gonna be the bomb plant, and well, we can see a couple of members just on cleanup duty. Rubino finding Hundun. There is actually another one, Freeze, just below him. They're trying to collapse on towards him. They're trying to see if they can even pick up that AK, but Zeve's already there. Catches against them. Rubino comes around, and they pick up everyone. So 9-1 now. A big T-side score being posted by LGB.
You have to wonder when it comes to, Wolves being on the T side. I mean, maybe they have an amazing T side prepared for us, but it's going to be rough to kind of pull back this kind of scoreline. And, able to buy up yet again here. A couple of Famasas. Not really a lot of grenades, though, to really work with. They have 4 smokes, yeah. But the smokes have been working so well to slow down the pace of even more of LGB. And Poly, I mean, he's getting in the forefront. He's so confident. 9-1. I mean, in your first game, you only need 2 to get through to the main event, and it looks like they're already able to get there first.
Well, Poly bought time to peek and look across in the apartments as they both cross, and SMF suddenly is going to have an orb staring straight at him. That's just going to be a simple, clean pickup. Freeze having to back away from this one. They've never really been able to successfully hold the site so far. B has been probably the most successful, but that's about it. They really have struggled. LGB have worked the angles really well.
And you're seeing right there, I mean, if Poly can pull off entry kills like that, what's stopping him from taking a site? But either way, the bomb's still back down towards middle. And it's back to a 2-on-2 split with the Wolves, 2 men in towards B. MSL, nice shot onto Jacob there. So they might slow their pace down a little bit. With 35 seconds left to go, LGB with quite a few smokes, quite a few Molotovs to work with. I would imagine this is going to be a B hit.
2 members on B site. This is a possible defensive job.
No,
Poly,
it's a fake. It's a fake.
Well, Poly's about to push out, but there is someone who's down in pit. Oh, he gets the tag on him. Not quite going to get the kill, though. Poly down to 9 from that one. But Rain comes in support. Zeves is around there. Asilion does manage to hold on. He gets himself a second, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2 for the Copenhagen Wolves.
They didn't expect a second man in there, and Asilion really coming up huge, but now he's got the bomb down to worry about. He's got Rubino inside. He's not going to kill just yet, but he's doing some good damage to him. He's forced back to pit, waiting for his teammate to come in, and Zeves off a short with 22 health. Looking to help him out here. Asilion looking for the kill, gets it, and now it's on the hands of Rubino. And finally, Copenhagen Wolves pick up the round with a great retake. Asilion getting 3 kills, Hundun 1, and MSL 1 as well.
Big round for Asilion. They haven't picked up the AWP, which is possibly a mistake. They're looking for it. I'm not too sure whether they realized where Poly's was, but it was dropped around sight. Instead, they're going to go with the AKs. They're happy to just get anything they can, honestly. At 9-2, just grab what you can from there. But head armor finally being picked up. Not quite for everyone. Hundun's still a little bit short, but they have got their full set of nades this time around, so it should be a good defensive side for Wolves this time around. But last time they were in this situation, they got picked off so early. They need to be careful they don't get rushed down again.
Freeze going to nade towards alt mid there, but credit to Copenhagen Wolves for putting 2 people in pit, playing with a risky move, and it works out for them.
They are pushing heavy here, though.
Oh, yes,
this is a fast move from LGB. Already in towards CT Arch. It is going to be SMF. That's good. That's a good start for them. That should slow things down. Freeze. He's going to peek around this corner. He knows there's somebody here. Wasn't expecting 3, I think. Manages to get 1 and backs immediately away there with the headshot. Jakem also being taken low. Polly being tagged up, but Jakem's going to rush on through. Is he going to catch him out? No, Freeze will reply. And this has been a clean defensive work from the Copenhagen Wolves. This is exactly what they needed, but by God, is it too late? That's the question. At 9-3, even if they were to post a score anywhere close to that, 9 rounds on the T side is massive for LGB.
Yeah, it is huge, and credit to Copenhagen Wolves right there. Able to hold on to the site for the first time in this first half, not actually let the bomb get planted, and reason for that last kill, he will get it on to Zevis, so 9-3. Copenhagen Wolves starting to get some sort of life, able to take, I believe that was 2 rounds back to back. And LGB going to be buying up yet again here, but I think you're right. I mean, if Wolves don't pick up every single round from now on, then that T side is going to be looking like an impossible feat.
Even at 9-6, it's really hard. They got a lot of work to do. Well, we'll see how it works out. Freeze has got himself that AWP. He's going to be peeking down. He has got support as well, just in case they try and rush him down there. I don't think he quite got a glimpse of the bomb floating past there, but I do see Jakame is taking a look towards here on the X-ray, but he's going to walk straight into the crosshairs of Freeze. He's managed to get himself under the arches. He just peeks across and gets the headshot. That could be what they need to open up the B side. Jakame is going to push around, catches MSL as he tries to cross, but he doesn't land anything on him. Well, that's 1 man down. It will get slowed. The rotate coming out from, I think it's Hundun that's making his way around, but actually, because they've been second-guessed so many times, they're not sure if it's a fake. Zeves is shooting off a couple of rounds in the mid, and that's actually causing them to second-guess themselves.
Yeah, another split 2-2 here with Hundun coming around from CT Spall, and Rain trying to look towards Spools, looking for the man that could potentially be there, but MSL does come up big, secures another. And he's maybe looking for a second kill here as Pauly, Jacob, and Rubino are waiting. But Zeves, he's coming from behind. He's going for the flank here. He hasn't been spotted out just yet. 30 seconds to go. If he speeds this up a little bit, he's going to catch up. But Hundun coming in towards Speedway, spots him out. He doesn't actually shoot at him, and Zeves hasn't noticed he's been there. He's waiting towards tree. This could be huge.
Tries to peek around, gets the headshot down. Zeves dropped. Now bomb plants are moving in. Rubino has to be careful. There's 1 around to the left of him. 1 at second box as well. He's going to peek around there. Actually manages to land the second box. MSL there. Well, look at that though. Hundun trying to come around the side. Got CT spawn angle covered as well. 1 from construction. And LGB, this is going to be a tough hold for them. They've already lost 1.
Well, Jacob able to really make things going, securing that first kill just like you said, and not to mention flash them out from pushing Baseline, able to pick up the kill of Jacob. Now it's all in the hands of Pauly and MSL on the back of sight. And they start to push in. Oh, a nice little jump comes in, forces Pauly to miss the shot, and SMF comes up big. And now it's all on MSL who's burning away. No, he's actually not burning, but it doesn't matter. Baseline gets the kill, gets Copenhagen Wolves on the board yet again. 4-9 in favor of LGB.
Yeah, stuck in that corner with the ball's burning away. You can see he's slowly ticking away, but another round for the Wolves, and that's what they needed. The retake successful this time around. Freeze still with that AWP in hand. Everybody now buying up. Still a lack of head armor though. They've really, while they've been starting to pick up the rounds, they're still losing people. Yeah,
losing quite a few. And credit here to Copenhagen Wolves again to just kind of, Freeze has been middle every round. Let's just switch him up. Let's put him B. Yeah, he didn't pick up the kill, but they're showing that they're willing to change things up, realizing how far behind they are. But with the AWP, he's not able to get much just yet. And LGB won't Jake him down to 50 HP, so a little bit of a trade coming in there.
If you guys at home are wondering why, of course, we've seen Freeze wasn't completely whited out. It has been a change in GoTV, so you guys, it actually saves our eyes as well as yours. Keeps us seeing exactly what's happened. So that was, of course, the recent patch just yesterday. I believe that one came through. So, once again, Jacob has took some, looks like it's been grenade damage. Guessing down Banana, that's where he's been trying to open up the site every time. While Copenhagen Wolves have actually backed up heavily on the A side here, choosing not to defend it. They have been more successful from here,
right?
Instead of holding that aggressive midline position.
Yeah, so they've got 1 man back in the library. It's going to be Freeze with the AWP, watching anyone pushing towards Arch. And you got Asalide and SMF in pit here, and it looks like it actually might work out for them because LGB are slowly making their way here. 35 seconds to go on the clock. They have Rain pushing through apartments, and the rest looks like will be coming up towards short here in just a few, or maybe even wrap towards CT because Jacob is over towards Banana.
They've got that double stack in the pit once again, and that's what caught out LGB last time around. Asalide and SMF both in there. They cleared 1 out, didn't expect the second. Oh, Rain's going to get completely stopped in his tracks there as he tries to push apartments. Freeze also coming around in support. Going to be locking off there. There is that double combo. Asalide and SMF picking up the kills over in the pit. Zeves tries to land the heads. Does manage to get himself onto Freeze. Not getting into sight though. SMF will clear that out. And that is going to be the time running out And the Copenhagen Wolves pick themselves up yet another round. 9-5, last one to go. They have to make this 9-6 to have a chance, surely, on the T side.
And that was really odd by LGB. The fact that they had, was it Polly and Jacob actually pushed up Banana when the rest of the team was going towards A, and maybe they kind of misread the situation, expecting Wolves to be stacking towards B. Unfortunately, it cost them the round. Might have been a little bit different if everyone was over there towards A. And like you're saying, Wolves 5-9, they need this round here. And look at this, LGB getting flash and the push straight to smoke. Hunt did not expect it, and Rubino opened up with the first kill.
Oh, this is going to be trouble for MSL. He's all in his own. The rotate's coming, but it's going to come too slow. Rainy with the Tech 9, immediately landing that shot. Freeze is going to let throw out there in the Sentry, try and catch what they can, but he's running straight into Rainy. He's just around the side there. Gets to catch another one. Everybody's covering their position. 10-5 would be disastrous for the Copenhagen Wolves on the CT side, but LGB look to have this one sewn up. It's going to take a mammoth effort for these three members of Copenhagen Wolves to get inside.
Yeah, this is going to be rough here, and we're going to start to push in. There's not a lot of HP on the side, though, with LGB, so it's possible, but Zevis picks up one. Polly secures one as well, and now Freeze, the last man alive, Zevis does shut him down. And 10-5 on Inferno for LGB. They are opening things wide open here. And going to the CT side now, I am a little scared, well, quite scared for the Copenhagen Wolves.
You can just see Zevis there cleaning up. Beautifully done. So, LGB, it was all the damage was done at the start. No doubt about it. It was all, I think it was the first 6 rounds back to back.
They went 6-0,
like
and then they finally lost one, and then they just kept the momentum coming back. I mean, that's so tough to really go up against. You can't get, really situated as that CT side. You really start to struggle, but just going to be swapping sides here and kicking things back off. And Wolves pistol round. We always say it, but it's always true. Yeah, crucial for them.
Well, they need it. I mean, if they don't get that, LGB, they could get rolling, could be 13-5 before they even look at it, and then on T side, it becomes a mammoth task. It's a pretty big task already, and like you said, it is massive. Don't know where I went there.
I was wondering why you disappeared on my ear.
Wasn't me.
But let's see what Wolves do about this. We saw the huge rush into apartments out of LGB, which worked out really well for them. Able to secure the pistol round, and Polly gets good information here, spotting them moving towards alt mid, but will Wolves commit to this? And here we go, pushing back in, slowly making their way through apartments. And Polly, he's in pit, but he's alone. There's a 3-man stack towards B out of LGB. They're kind of committing for this, expecting it, and Wolves, it looks like they want to hit A.
Oh, Polly is in pit, ready and waiting. Catches one, catches the second. Asilion going down. Rainy on site. And they are just cleaning out. This is LGB picking up that pistol. This is what Copenhagen Wolves needed. Freeze does manage to get 2 down, but he's in a mammoth task. He needs to pull off an ace to get the round. Oof, gets 1. It's his 3rd frag, but he's only on 12 hit points now. Rubino holding. They haven't yet to get the bomb plan. He's got bomb in hand. 1 holding on library. They're going to push out. It's going to be a rotate. They're going to try and push his position and maybe pincer him. Freeze. Well, he's going to go for the plant. If he gets in a good position, it's possible,
All takes is 2 shots. He's been renowned for his pistol work, and he get another one. He's looking for the ace. He's looking for the last try to keep Copenhagen Wolves alive, and he won't get it. Rubino finally does shut him down, but credit to Freeze. 4 kills in that one, and LGB will secure their 11th round now in the second half.
Freeze, so nearly the man, the legend that the Copenhagen Wolves needed at a time in despair, but now just 5-11, and they are going up against 2 M4s, A1s as well. An AK-47 buy for Hunden. It's been given across to MSL, so they're going with Tech 9s and everyone else. You've got to assume that was actually Freeze that bought it for him.
Well, Aslan did go back to spawn as well to pick up head armor, so they're committing quite a bit to this, and they realize this momentum switch for LGB is going to be too tough to go against if they can't secure something. But last round really close. You'll have 2 men waiting to receive, Polly there and Zevis. And they got some nice FAMASas there to really hold on to it. They don't really have that much in terms of grenades, though. They do have a smoke for Polly and 2 flashes, but the pushers come in. They're getting flashed in. They're running it backwards, and nice Polly gets smoked out, but he will be taken out by Aslan. Now Zevis by himself gets dropped, and the bomb is going to get planted.
Well, there is that AK being put to good use as Hunden keeps them away from the grill. Rubino rotating, trying to get through the construction. He's got 1 waiting to the left, and is actually going to flash him out. Delays it for the rest of his team to come in. It's 3 members all moving in, actually flashing out themselves a little bit. Rain moves in from construction, but there is that AK rattling away. The P90 does manage to find its target. Rain comes around, gets another. Oh, it's been a complete clean. I don't think they've got the time. Just about, yeah, they got it easily. No problem there. So LGB get the retake. Everything was forced for Copenhagen Wolves. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a full-on eco.
I would imagine so. What we do see, yeah. So they just have Hunden picking up smokes and smoking 2 flashes. Oh wow, no, they're going for it.
Forcing it.
Ooh, this is gonna be rough. If they lose this round, they're gonna be really hurting for money into the next one. But 12-5, they don't want to let any more rounds slip away in the hands of LGB. And if they can pick this up, it would be a huge win for them.
So let's see. Oh God, Rain tagged straight away. That's a good start. Quick dink on him straight in towards apartments. And immediately that will give LGB pause for thought. They're back in very defensively in towards the A site. Copenhagen Wolves, they're going to play this one a little bit more slow. Try and make use of those 2 Gilils they've forced up along with Freeze's AK. They have to make it count. It's now or never for the Wolves. They've got a minute on the clock, plenty of time to fill. Plenty of time to wait. Trying a little bit of wall banging. That's not. That's the line makes his way through. They have backed away from mid here. So you can see he's obviously going to smoke it off, but there is nobody in Arch. 2 in pit. But those smokes, they're giving the journey. You can see immediately. Rotate coming in from LGB. They're already sending 3 members there.
They still got 40 seconds though, so the bomb still could make its way towards B and Freeze. He's setting up a smoke in towards Arch, I believe, or even Library. And this could actually completely cut them off. They're going to wrap around to B, I believe, with that smoke.
Looks like it, but they're going to be running headlong into Zevez. He sat ready and waited on the runway. Yeah, you can see straight away Zevez is like, oh, back up. No, instead they wrapped it back into Library. It worked out well for them, catching us all off guard. They are surely going to get the bomb plant in. Zevez comes around Library, and this has been suddenly a really well worked push from the Copenhagen Wolves. The smokes have worked out wonderfully. Zevez just trying what he can through the smoke, but this is going to be the round for the Wolves, unless LGB can do something. It looks like they're just going to back off and save, yeah.
Yeah, they're just at their guns, so they realize they have a giant lead, but yeah, Wolves, fantastic little push in towards A. Nice smokes coming in as well, and they wrap that man around. So they pushed one man towards CT spawn through arches, but he wrapped towards Library to catch Rubino off from the backside, which allowed them to get that A side so easily. And now just Copenhagen Wolves trying to save their guns. Not really trying to chase anyone down here just yet. But 6-12. I mean, we've seen some ridiculous comebacks today. Don't get me wrong. They could do it, but it's still going to be tough.
Yeah, they have to go so many rounds running. It would be an epic task for them. 6-12 is the score. Currently, the Copenhagen Wolves. Here we go. They've gone full buy versus LGBs. Just those 2 M4s they saved. They've gone for a lot of head armor, though. They've got everything else.
Ooh, look at this.
Look at this aggression.
He's trying to push in. He's going to get right behind me. Smokes off ramp. He's going to get an easy kill, maybe a second if they push in from B, but they're going to trade 1 for 1 so far. MSL looking for the refrag. And Zevez will just back off. Look, they've completely given up on A, and they're just controlling middle.
Pinson straight on him. Complete aggression. Something we actually saw, I think it was 2 days ago, when I recall Anders casting. I can't remember who it was. It may even been LGB when they did a similar thing. But actually, they were reverse scores. They just went full aggression. Screw it. We're going to go full buy, pile straight down there. Worked out for them. And LGB catching the Wolves completely off guard. And now they're into a 4-on-3 situation. Jakemzo hiding.
Oh, he's
ready and waiting. This is a trap that's about to get completely sprung.
Oh, they're looking towards Polly, and now he's going to peek out. Gets 2 amazing kills right there. Looking for the 3rd on the guy. Logs can't get it just yet, but SM at the last man alive. And LGB, that little bit of a risky play. The scrappy buy with the push down middle is working wonders.
Yeah, that worked so well for him. SMF actually does manage to...
Oh, the smoke.
Oh, the smoke cancels it out. He does manage to get Jakemzo in that corner, but that grenade lands square on his feet. And SMF down to 6 hit points. The last man standing in a 3v1. Rubino, he's going to come up behind him and catch him out as he crab walks his way in towards B site.
He's looking to jump up here, but Rubino's right behind him. SMF does secure another kill, but can't stop Polly in the back of side. And this is what I wonder. We did not see this aggression of Copenhagen Wolves like we mentioned before. You know, they didn't try to change anything up. They tried to play standard, and from that, they ended up losing that many rounds on that CT side. But LGB 13-6. I think they can smell the victory.
Yeah, here we go. Full head armor, a couple of Tech 9s, and 1 Galil. for the Copenhagen Wolves. Are they just going to pile up on a site? Are they going to slow things down? Are they going to try and get some picks? Currently, they seem a little lacking in trying to find a weakness in LGB's defense, because LGB keeps switching it up. And when Zeves pops around the corner and finds a head, it's going to cause some serious problems for the Wolves.
LGB really showing their master of the CT side, really just trying to change the pace. They're trying to force Copenhagen Wolves to play at their own pace, not letting Wolves dictate that. And that's what we saw them do at a T side as well. They didn't let Copenhagen Wolves try to control that. And here we go. Molotov's coming in. Everyone's stacked towards Banana. Minute to go on the clock. And it looks like they want to hit this B side. There's 2 men there waiting to receive, and 1 man on potentially a quick rotate. And let's see where this one goes. I'm just going to me off the second box, and Polly back at new box, looking for a couple kills, getting flashed quite a bit here. And there's 2 men towards Grill, but MSL does open things up with Zevis here towards Coils, and SMF shuts him down.
Yeah, searching for heads there at the Grill and just couldn't find them. Rubino's smoked off. Perfect timing on that one, as the rest of LGB do come around. Rain taking a peek, but that smoke's going to block him off. And now it's down to the construction smoke. He's going to try and flash them out, maybe work through that smoke, maybe time it with Rubino, who's just trying to put a couple of loose shots through the smoke. Bit of frustration, honestly, coming out maybe from LGB. Copenhagen Wolves with a good plan and take. That timer's going to run down. Oh, but they do not want to lose all of these exit kills. Good lord, LGB clean up. They get everybody down. The bomb will go off, so it is Copenhagen Wolves' round. But my god, I don't think they were expecting to lose 4 members on the exit there until CT spawn.
They made it expensive, and you're seeing it reflected in the guns they're going to be buying up here. I mean, even Freeze can't afford an AK just yet unless he doesn't want to get head armor. But LGB, I mean, it was a tough retake. They still picked up that many kills in the end, though, and they're still showing that they've really got it. But look at this, Rubino picking up an M4 and a head armor. He'll be pretty much solo buying for his team, and he will be watching towards Arch, it seems.
Yeah, 1-man defensive force. He was, of course, the man that just held on to it at the end there. So LGB 13-7. They've been going round for round so far, so if it keeps up this path, they will win out the game in another 6 rounds. Currently in the 21st, I think they'd take that one quite happily after a very successful T side, but Copenhagen Wolves, if they could get some momentum going here, start picking up a couple of rounds. Oh, that flash is going to land. They do manage to see JKM. They've got him pinned out. Asilion will take him down. And now, well, A site is completely open. The problem is, because LGB have stacked this one out, I think they're expecting a fake, but it is going to be an A move from the Wolves.
They're taking their dear time. Oh no, they're backing away from this one. They wanted to go towards A, but there's 4 men waiting. Rubino has an M4. They don't have any smokes, any flashes to work with on the side of LGB, but they've got the men there. They've got all those tracers lined up for them to walk in, and this could be disaster for the Wolves.
Oh my god, they are walking into...
Oh, they're chasing them.
No, they're going to rush into it. They're going to rush straight in. Oh, that's actually a disaster for LGB. They'd set up great defensive positions, but instead the Wolves will walk in and clean them out. Wow, what could have been maybe for LGB there. The Wolves do pick it up, and they're suddenly going, that was 4 on B. We could have just gone A for free.
I would like for them. They picked up some great kills to open up that side, and now LGB back on the buy with 4 M4s and a FAMAS. But, you know, LGB, if they just were patient, a couple more seconds, things might have been completely different if they just heard them rushing in towards them. But now, 13-8, Wolves definitely fighting back. Been able to take 3 rounds so far on this T side. We're only giving 3 away to the side of LGB. And Zevis, again, looking to be flashed in towards Banana, looking for the kill towards Car. He gets it onto MSL, and he will back away successfully.
That's going to cause problems. That's the opener down. Every time he tries to get in around there, Zevis catches him out. Only just got away, though, with his life. Just 18 health remaining on him. That will be information reported back. Guy on B is low. We'll see if it works out for them. They're going to flash out once again, that room, having to molly it off. To be fair, it has been, I think it's been Rain has been lurking in there, I'm not too sure. Actually, no, it's JKM. JKM's been lurking in that site, hasn't he, a couple of times, but he's over on the site this time around. Keeping his eye on apartments. Here we go, though. Copenhagen Wolves looking towards quad, but Rain quickly shutting that approach down. And that's going to slow Wolves down once again to counter and wonder what they're going to do with 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh, they're committed to it. Rubino, he's just waiting towards Arch. They're going to smoke that off, so he knows they're probably coming around towards him, and he's going to get flashed in. Look at this. Rubino walking straight in, misses the first couple shots, but gets the bomb down, but Hunden does respond.
Well, LGB need to rotate here. Poly still sticking around B. They know they've come around there, but Rain is doing what he needs to. And that's a big round for LGB, the 14th on the board. And Copenhagen Wolves, they thought they'd got something going, something flowing, but instead 2 rounds, and that's all they could muster. And now they are very close to falling down to the loser bracket.
And it's not going to be an easy loser bracket either, with Liquid and Flipside still to come up today. That is going to be a tough game for them. But either way, they still have hopes. They need to make this round count. And LGB, they're playing a little bit more fast and loose with this one. We even saw maybe Rubino pushing up. Zeva's just going to flash in towards Veto to stall for a little bit of time. And he's got this scenario again. Oh, they're just walking in. He's not going to expect this. This could be dangerous for Zevas.
But he could catch them all out. That's going to be an incendiary. Oh, he didn't quite pop it off. There we go. Poly's there to cover. Gets himself a second. Gets a third. Comes around. That is the cleanup duty. And now match point is set for LGB.
Great hold by Zevas. I mean, just that half little peek he did to look down towards Banana netted him all this information, and not to mention the shots to back it up with 3 kills back to back. And now LGB 1 point away. 1 more round to get into the winner's bracket.
They make it look so easy sometimes, but it is very much well worked. The angles, everything being held. And LGB now within 1 match point. Up against Tech 9s. That's why we're seeing the rush stop dead. Incendiaries, mollies, everything being tossed down to slow the Copenhagen Wolves Tech 9 approach.
Well, with 1:20 left on the clock, they've got to make something happen here, and still just taking the time. They do have, what, 3 smokes, and a Molotov to work with. So they could potentially hit B here, but they second-guessed themselves before it, eh? Luckily for them, none of them a win because LGB had nothing to defend with that B. But the bomb's still back on T-side mid. Copenhagen Wolves taking their time to go for this push. You got Rubino off towards Cubby. You got Rain still making his home in pit, and they're going to start to push in. 40 seconds to go. Flashes, smokes, everything being thrown. And look at this. Rubino is just mowing them down from Arch side. And Rainy trying to hold on to Pit, but he will be taken on by SMF. And now it's all on him. And a 1-on-4. He does get the kill. He does have 28 health, but he doesn't have the bomb.
Yeah, this is a big ask. Copenhagen Wolves, 1 man remain to drop down in towards that loser bracket. SMF stuck in pit, and they're just going to sit and wait for him. 20 seconds to get that bomb, which is round the corner on quad. And, well, you can see, I think it's Rain that's Zevez possibly the sinners. Rubino, there it is, Rubino that's sitting on top of it. Easy headshot. And the game for LGB. 16-8 overall. It was the damage was done on the T side. We knew it from the start. I mean, when you pick up so many rounds on T side, it's going to be very hard to come back from, no doubt about it. They went 6 rounds back to back, 7 rounds, sorry, back to back without reply, I think it was. 6 rounds, I was right the first time. I should never second guess myself. 6 rounds back to back without reply on the T side, which immediately sets it as a great T side.
Yeah.
But the fact that they got 9, I think it was 11 overall after that, it was just fantastic.
Yeah, it was. And I was looking at the scoreboard before we ended things off, and it wasn't like anyone really stood on LGB's side. They had Pauly at 20 kills, and they had 1 man at 19, 2 men at 17, and 1 at 16. It's not like there's, you know, your Waylander or your Kenny S standing out for them. It was just everyone playing great Counter-Strike and shutting the Copenhagen Wolves down. So LGB going to move into the winner's bracket to play against the winner of Team Liquid and Flipside. And Copenhagen Wolves, unfortunately, go down to the loser bracket to play against the loser of that match.
Yeah, LGB just did their job, basically.
They
got the map they wanted. We talked about it at the start. You know, Inferno is a map that works very well for them. So it's no surprise to see them taking down the Copenhagen Wolves here. And I think even the Copenhagen Wolves would probably admit they were kind of expecting this. I mean, LGB are one of the top seeds in this tournament. There's no doubt about it.
Well, it was either,
you know, they've been rubbing shoulders with the likes of NIP, Fnatic, and Titan, etc. The last few weeks, they've been at the tournaments on offline events. So if anyone's more prepared, they are probably the most prepared team coming into this, alongside Titan.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, you know, you kind of think back to the Veto process. It was between Nuke and Inferno. And you never really want to take Nuke. So, I mean, you're kind of stuck on this map, which LGB's been playing so well on just recently, even FPL, beating Hellraisers, like we mentioned before. You know, it's just LGB, like I said, playing great Counter-Strike. Wolves, the thing is, like, I remember casting them way back in the day, for instance, like Freeze, MSL, all of them, SMF. And they were really good. Like, the thing is, individually, they're all really great players. But as you saw there, I don't know if it was the calling or just their team play, they really struggled to get anything going on Inferno.
Yeah, it's one of those problems, but you know what? When you lose so many rounds at the start, it can just put you on tilt or just completely upset things. They were struggling for buys throughout the whole CT side. Nonetheless, LGB do move through to the winners bracket. Coming up next, it is going to be Cloud9 versus InShock. That will be, of course, coming up after this break. We're going to have themselves a little rotation.
Tomorrow. That's tomorrow. We got Flipside versus Liquid.
That's a lie. I moved on to the wrong one. Liquid versus Flipside. Yeah, Cloud9 are like, what?
We're playing today? I'm not even ready.
I can just imagine nothing backstage right now. What do you mean? But Liquid Flipside is what's coming up next. That is going to be a great game, honestly.
It is.
Flipside, I think, probably the favorites for that one. We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. They need to change things around on stage. I can see both teams right now, right in front of me, making their way to stage. So expect a bit of a break. We're back in probably around 20 minutes' time.